how's it going, everybody? This is T-Bone here, and welcome back to our Survivor Side Mythic unit highlight. For this week, I decided to go with a unit I hardly ever use, and that is the Inferno, which is the Mythic version of Flashpoint or the Flamethrower. So for this week, the unit's perks that I will be featuring has the following perks: Self-Immolation, which explodes on death, dealing damage equal to max health; Burgeoning Blaze, which widens the cone by 50%; and Oil Canister, which sprays oil as well. Now, I've been, the amount of time I did have playing with the unit, I still really couldn't tell what are the good perks, but personally, I felt that the Explosion on Death just wasn't helpful. It hurt your ally units, and it doesn't deal quite enough damage to take out the big zombies. So that really wasn't what I would have preferred. It's not my favorite, really. So having the Flame Spread, which spreads to the nearby zombies 25% faster, seemed like a better choice. In terms of the level 30 perk, I think this is the same thing, similar thing to like a Shot Storm or a Scatter Shot. I don't think that having a wider attack is as effective as having a longer range. So the Flashpoint's attack surprisingly has a very, very short range, and I think increasing it by 30% helps a lot. And I decided to try the Oil Canister because, well, hey, now I don't have to pair him up with a one of the oil guys, the Gas Man. So let's see him in action. And actually, as I was playing around with it, I was intrigued by something I didn't expect before. So I'm going to bring in, and to showcase this unit, I'm going to bring in just one unit to pair up with the Inferno, and that's going to be my high level Sensei at level 47. So I'll talk about his stats a little bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pair these two together. I'm actually going to slow it down a little bit once the units come closer, and I want you to pay attention to what's going on here. I'm going to actually, here's the trick: you have to bring them to the edge, because the Inferno units, they're kind of squishy, so you don't want them to be surrounded on all sides by the units. And this is I'll take this time to talk about why I'm using this pairing. So the Sensei, until he's at level 50, is going to attack only a single enemy. And so what that means is, if it's surrounded by drones, it can die very easily. And so what the Inferno does then is it actually takes care of all the drones simply by dropping the, so what it does is it drops the oil puddle down, and then it kills all the zombies, drones, when that happens. I'm going to just bring this Sensei down. And then obviously if you drop a Molotov cocktail, it also burns the oil. Now here are the cons. The oil puddle is too close to the Inferno when he drops it. So that means there's not really a lot of range. So the oil doesn't travel far enough, and it isn't really effective in killing the zombies. So what you end up with is a bunch of zombies, surrounding your guys, not getting killed until they get close enough. So you really need to make sure that you protect the Inferno with another unit. And in this case, typically I would have, helped him out with a Timber Beast or some other units that's similar, or my level 50 Fire Chief. But I wanted to sort of show again what's happening here. So I typically would never have my Sensei by himself, because he gets killed easily when he's surrounded. And so with this, what I'm able to do now is protect him with my Inferno by taking care of the drones. The other problem, though, that I think you saw I have to deal with is the Sensei travels far. And I've already, selected the other perk, which tells him to just move faster, but don't move farther away. Because when he moves so far away, the Inferno can't help him, because his fire doesn't reach it. So you have to sort of be careful there. And again, I'm going to slow down so you can sort of see in action. By taking care of the drones, the sensei can then focus on the big units, and because it is a high damage unit, it can take care of the behemoth and the pit boss really easily. So you can see that the Inferno is now dropping the oil puddle and then burning the oil and killing all the drones really quickly. And then the senseis can then focus their time on the big enemies. So what I'm going to do is, what you have to be careful is the Undertakers that revive all the units. So you want to bring them in closer and let the sensei take care of them. What I have noticed too is in terms of the damage from the fire with the oil, it's just not high enough. So my Molotov cocktail, actually deals more damage and kills the Undertakers, but the fire from the Flashpoint or the Inferno unfortunately doesn't. And this is a level 50 unit. So unfortunately, I would never use it by itself. And again, not really a great unit. In terms of drone control, I can get much more effectiveness out of a gunsmith or even like a gunslinger. They shoot fast and they shoot farther. There's more range and they can take care of the drones just as easily. So I don't know. Not my favorite. I think that the fact that a you know flashpoint flamethrower Inferno, the fact that you need to pair with a gasman to begin with, kind of makes it weaker. And then at level 50, the oil canister, like that perk, doesn't drop the oil far enough. Had it dropped the oil farther away, I think that would have been better. But just the way it is right now, I would say it's not really worth the cost to level up. But I have fun. I think it's good just to check it out, and I hope that this gives you more information as well. So again, please let me know if there's anything that you like to see. Feel free to drop a comment, let me know, and then I'll give it a try. So that's it for this time. Thank you very much for your time, and I will see you next week.